Hollywood's always been about the bottom line, and in the 80s and 90s that meant squeezing every last penny out of successful movies with TV spin-offs. Some were decent, but most were disasters. And whether it was the TV show that was set in the 80s or the movie originated in the 80s, here are some horrible TV show spin-offs.
Fully demonstrated, the key to diplomacy is speak softly and carry a big stick. Now, how does that relate to our foreign policy? That was not the bell. Sit down. Class is not over.
First up, Fast Times, the show, because nothing screams 80s teen angst like the sitcom sanitized for network TV. Spicoli's now less dude and more dork. Mr. Hand's back, but where's the edge?
Mr. Spicoli, you're on dangerous ground here. You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
I've been thinking about this, Mr. Hand. If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
It's like not good. The Fast Times TV show from 1986 was based on the popular 1982 film Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It aired on CBS in the spring of 1986 but was canceled after only 7 episodes. The show, like the movie, followed a group of Southern California high school students navigating their teenage years, including friendships, relationships, and part-time jobs. The series was produced by Amy Heckerling, who directed the original film, and it also featured Ray Walston reprising his role as the iconic teacher Mr. Hand. Cameron Crowe, who wrote the original novel and screenplay, served as creative consultant. But all of that couldn't help this failed TV spin-off. Even though we had Patrick Dempsey as Mike Damone, Dean Cameron as Jeff Spicoli, and Courtney Thorne Smith as Stacey Hamilton. It was a miss and fans were having none of it. An iconic movie turned into a below-average sitcom to milk some more cash out of it.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong? Look at us. What are we doing here? Who are we kidding? I mean, we're just avoiding the real issues. Doesn't anybody realize that in just an instant it can all be over?
I think it was John Lennon who once said, "There's no such thing as talent. It's just knowing how to do something." I'm Ferris Bueller, and I have a certain talent for making things happen. Where did it come from?
The only problem with the house is massive vermin infestation, but other than that, it is a darling property.
A smidgen from my mom.
Then we have Ferris Bueller. Without Matthew Broderick, Charlie Schlater tries, bless him, but it's like replacing the Beatles with a garage band, plus a pre-Friends Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, Daddy, I'm just having the most wonderful time of my life. How's that for acting?
Had me convinced.
And you better tell your dork friend Cameron to stop following me around.
Airing in 1990, it was a short-lived American sitcom television series that premiered on NBC in August. It was loosely based on the popular 1986 John Hughes film, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The show aimed to capture the spirit of the film by following the continued high school adventures of Ferris Bueller and his friends. But the whole point and the magic of the movie, it was a day off. It was one amazing day. Extending it to a series is not the best plan.
Hi, Cameron. You comfortable?
Hi, Sloan. No.
What are we gonna do?
The question isn't what are we going to do, the question is what aren't we going to do.
Don't say we're not going to take the car home. Please don't say we're not going to take the car home. Please don't say.
If you had access to a car like this, would you take it back right away? Neither would I.
The show focused on the mischievous schemes of Ferris Bueller, a charismatic and clever high school student, as he navigated school, relationships, and life with his best friend Cameron and girlfriend Sloane. The show starred Charlie Schlater as Ferris Bueller, Jennifer Aniston as his sister Jeannie, and Amy Dolenz as Sloane Peterson. This was also about the time where Parker Lewis Can't Lose aired, which was a pretty successful TV show, and also very similar to what this TV version of this movie turned into. John Hughes, the creator of the film, was not involved in the production of the television series. This TV show failed to capture the magic of the iconic film. While it aimed to continue the adventures of these beloved characters, it ultimately fell short, failing to resonate with audiences and critics.
Do you have to make a racket while I'm curling my lashes?
That's my sister Jeannie, overreacting. Thinks I get away with murder. Who's kidding who? She has a car and a nose job.
Hurry up, slugger, your breakfast is getting cold.
Dad, believe the world would be a better place if everybody started the day with a tummy full of oatmeal.
Ferris, it's 10 up.
And those little accidents that have been happening to Susan's car, Herbie, they have not gone unnoticed. I have a not-so-funny feeling that the one responsible is the same one that got the shakes at the mere mention of our getting a family station wagon. Okay, all right, now come on, Herbie. Knock it off, Herbie. It's inevitable.
Then we have Herbie, the sitcom. Because a sentient car is hilarious for 92 minutes, but 22 episodes, even Dean Jones looked confused. And although Herbie has a slew of movies, most pretty successful, this TV show stalled faster than Herbie on a Cold Morning. Herbie the Lovebug aired in 1982 in April. It was based on the popular Disney film series about the sentient Volkswagen Beetle named Herbie. The show followed the adventures of Jim Douglas, Dean Jones, who reprised his role from the films, a down-on-his-luck race car driver and his magical car. Together they faced various challenges and mishaps, often with Herbie saving the day with his unique abilities.
If there is anyone who knows of any reason why this man and woman should not be joined in holy wedlock, if so, speak now or forever hold your peace.
The show received mixed reviews and struggled to find a consistent audience. It was canceled after only 5 episodes due to low ratings. And I can see why, it was pretty bad. I'd even rather watch the Lindsay Lohan version than this TV show. And while it aimed to entertain audiences with the further adventures of the beloved Herbie, it ultimately fell short.
There goes our reward. A weekend in Palm Springs. Let's get him. Hey, how did he get behind us when he should be...
Let me ask you something. Dinner Wednesday. He's cooking. How did you know what I was going to ask? You always ask me the same question before my first date. I do? You always ask me the same question after my first date.
Baby Boom, the story about a career woman and a surprise baby. Diane Keaton's film was sharp. The show, Kate Jackson was great, but it's all diaper jokes and 80s shoulder pads. Not exactly must-see TV. The TV show was a sitcom that aired on NBC from September 20th, 1988 to March 7th, 1989. And it was based on the 1987 film of the same name starring Diane Keaton.
I mean, what if he expects a wife?
Fritz, first of all, may I? Stephen and I are not getting married. And secondly, you know how we are. We both eat, sleep, and dream our work. That's why we're together. Fritz, I understand what it takes to make it.
But do you understand the sacrifices you're going to have to make? I mean, a man can be a success and still have a personal life, a full personal life. My wife is there for me whenever I need her.
In the movie, Diane Keaton was a yuppie who discovers that a long-lost cousin has passed away, leaving her 14-month-old baby girl as an inheritance. Yep, and if that's not an odd enough story, because that would probably never happen, she's also some kind of consultant at a firm, and it also employs James Spader, and in the end, she quits and sells applesauce. Yep, that's the movie, and it was hugely successful, so whatever. The TV show cuts the ending out and focuses on J.C. Wyatt, played by Kate Jackson, a successful businesswoman who inherits a baby girl from a distant relative. She struggles to balance her demanding career with the challenges of motherhood, often relying on the help of her housekeeper and friends.
I could sure use a little punky in my arms. Hold on to your teddy. Here we go.
I thought we agreed the child would sleep in her own bed.
I know, Helga, but I haven't seen her all day.
If you are not consistent, this can only lead to disaster.
Helga, it won't happen again, I promise, okay? I'm sorry.
There is no need to apologize to me. You are the boss.
Oh, really? Since when?
I can be out of here in half an hour if that is what you wish, Miss Wyatt.
This show lasted a whopping 13 episodes. Although Baby Boom, the TV show, was well-intentioned as it explored the complexities of modern parenthood, and it had its moments of humor and heart, it struggled to find its footing and was ultimately overshadowed by popular shows of the time.
All 9 of them turned to me with their mouths hanging open. Crib? Did you say crib, JC? You mean Elizabeth's 35 months old, potty trained, and still in a crib? Then they told me I better run right out immediately, buy her a very own big girl bed.
Well, so what'd you do?
I ran right out immediately. I bought her a very own big girl bed.
Shut up, Ted. I didn't even say anything.
Taking a break?
No, they're Aunt Blue. It's so bogus.
Bill and Ted, the live-action Bill and Ted TV show. Not the cartoon, which was actually pretty cool. No, this was the one where they tried to replace Keanu and Alex with some other dudes. The result? It's like trying to replace your favorite band's lead singer with your dad. And the budget on this show was so small. The writing was flatter than their hair, and the whole thing felt, well, bogus. It's like they took all the fun out of the traveling phone booth and replaced it with a cardboard box and a couple of walkie-talkies.
Wild Stallion's music has become the foundation of our whole society.
No way.
Yes way. In fact, I believe you were there. That futuristic place with the dome.
The series lasted 7 episodes before being canceled. It's a testament to the fact that sometimes even the most excellent adventures should stay on the big screen. But it gave us a good laugh or maybe a cringe or two. In the end, it's just another reminder that not every movie magic translates to television gold.
I'm sick. Eating the chicken. I'm dying.
See what's wrong? I'll cover you. Everyone to Sector 8. There's been a breakout. Now.
Thank you, my excellent friend.
Good luck, Rufus. Tia, ever since I was a kid, I've had this dream.
Me too. In mine, I always wake up screaming, Mona. Maybe another time.
In my dream, I get my picture taken in the winner circle. I don't just bet on the winner. I am the winner.
Guess that's why they're called dreams.
So then we have Uncle Buck, without John Candy, and that's like Thanksgiving without the turkey. Kevin Meaney tries to be Uncle Buck, but it's all pratfalls and no heart. Even Macaulay Culkin couldn't save this one.
Hey, how you doing?
Who are you?
I'm your Uncle Buck.
Do I have an uncle?
The show follows the misadventures of Uncle Buck Russell, a well-meaning but irresponsible bachelor who unexpectedly becomes the guardian of his brother and sister-in-law's 3 children after they are killed in a car accident. I mean, the movie was lighthearted, and part of the fun was that the mom would keep calling to check on the kids and getting a little terrified about what's going on with Uncle Buck in charge, but in this one they just decide to kill off the parents entirely.
I am an old woman, and I haven't gotten over losing your mommy and daddy yet.
We didn't lose them, Grandma. Uncle Bob talks to us about them.
Yeah, I'll just bet he does.
He says you don't lose people. Sort of like you don't lose a snowflake. Just because it's time for it to turn into a raindrop.
And again, without John Candy. John Candy is Uncle Buck. Because of that, Uncle Buck struggled to find ratings and was canceled after 1 season and 16 episodes. It was an attempt to translate the heartwarming humor of the film to the small screen, and while it had its moments, it ultimately struggled to find its footing and was overshadowed by the popularity of the original film. And you know, it did not have John Candy.
Who's going crazy, taking everybody with him? It's Uncle Buck. He was born
dead, walking on a wire, running out of time. There's no room in this so hard of mine. World's too crazy.
Speaking of cast you can't replace, let's talk about the TV show Stir Crazy. Wilder and Pryor, comedy gold. This version, not so much. It's as if they remade Shawshank Redemption but forgot the redemption part. Again, there are some stars you just cannot replace, and the chemistry Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder had was unmistakable.
Would you tell me what you want?
$3.50.
What are you talking about?
300.
But that's it. Are you talking to me?
$2.25. Listen, man.
Who are you? I'm a thief, man. What do they want you for anyway, man?
Murder.
Drop me off anywhere along in here, okay? I don't mess with the big girl.
Maybe he can't talk about it, but I can.
What? I'm talking anything.
I don't like it when you call my friend a and if you do it one more time, I'll cut your balls off, which is something I'm very good at. K?
Yeah, sure, Abe.
Say K.
K?
K.
K, sure, Abe.
Harry, guess who's here? How's my best? I left my wallet in the solitary.
The sitcom aired on UPN. Do you guys remember UPN? And it was loosely based on the 1980 comedy film of the same name. The show followed the misadventures of Skip and Harry, two best friends who were wrongfully convicted of a crime and sentenced to prison. They encounter various colorful characters and get involved in comedic situations. It was a short-lived sitcom that lasted 22 episodes, and it tried to capitalize on the popularity of the film, but ultimately fell short. It is just a footnote in television history, reminding us of the challenges of adapting a successful movie into a successful TV series.
Meet Fran.
Wayne's new home security system goes haywire on the all-new Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the TV show. Saturday afternoon at 2, 1 Central on Fox.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the TV show. It was an American science fiction comedy television series that aired from 1997 to 2000, and it was loosely based on the popular 1989 film Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and its sequels.
Nick's trying to say something. I can't make it out.
Let me see. What are you saying, Nick?
The show follows the adventures of the Zelensky family, particularly the inventor father Wayne Zelensky and his tendency to create inventions that often go awry, most notably shrinking his kids and other things down to miniature size.
And we're sorry for any damage. Hold on a second, Wayne. Why are we apologizing? She's the one who kidnapped us. It was her kid who almost got us killed. We should be getting an apology from you. On second thought, we don't need the apology.
It was moderately successful, lasting about 3 seasons, and it may not have reached the same iconic status as the original movie, but it did manage to entertain audiences and continues to be remembered fondly by those who grew up watching it.
Science, Saturday nights at 10 on USA.
USA used science to create our TV show. They started with a studly guy. That's me. I'm Gary. They calculated for a best bud. Hi, I'm Wyatt. Then we did a little programming of our own. And look what we came up with. I'm Lisa. So if USA created us, and we created Lisa, what does Lisa get to create?
To find out, just press enter.
Next up we have...
Weird science.
Now, the movie was pretty iconic and had Robert Downey Jr. in one of his best roles ever.
One thing, there is a cure. Rumor has it there's a big white sale going on. At Town World!
The TV show, was it cheesy? Sure. But Vanessa Angel as Lisa? So hello 90s. It's silly, it's dated, but it's kind of fun. And it's proof that sometimes even a bad idea can be okay. The show followed the adventures of two teenage geeks, Gary Wallace and Wyatt Donnelly, not Anthony Michael Hall or Ian Mitchell Smith, and they used their computer program to create their dream woman, Lisa. Lisa being magically imbued with intelligence and powers. She often helps the boys navigate the challenges of high school and adolescence while also getting them into zany situations. And this series starred Michael Mansiri as Wyatt Donnelly, John Mallory Asher as Gary Wallace, and Vanessa Angel as Lisa. But because I love this original movie, it just didn't land with me at all.
Sorry, Coach. Groin pulled. Ooh. Yeah, I heard something pop.
Tough break. Somebody get this boy's groin ice, pronto.
See? We're basketball stars, why? Without even touching the ball.
Hey, guys. How are my varsity bench warmers?
Lisa, what are you doing here? And why are you dressed like a cheerleader?
Well, I came to see you play, and it's head cheerleader.
Gung Ho the sitcom, where culture clash meets awkward sitcom tropes. It's like they took the movie's premise, removed all the subtlety, and added a laugh track. Gung Ho was an American sitcom television series that aired on ABC from December 5th, 1986 to March 20th, 1987, and it was based on the 1986 comedy film of the same name, starring Michael Keaton.
Gentlemen, I'm going home in my new car.
But this series stars Scott Bakula as Hunt Stevens, the liaison between the Japanese management and the American workers. Other notable cast members include Getty Watanabe, reprising his role as the Japanese executive, Kaz Kazuhiro from the film, and Stephen Tobolowsky as Buster the plant worker. Despite a short run, Gung Ho is remembered as one of the first American television shows to tackle the topic of Japanese-American business relations in a comedic way. This also gave us Scott Bakula, who was in Quantum Leap and later in Star Trek Enterprise.
It's a day to remember when East meets West and a Japanese management team takes over a Pittsburgh auto plant.
Don't you want the men to be happy? A happy worker makes a happy car.
If we want happy cars, we get clowns to make them.
The premiere of Gung Ho, Friday.
Police Academy the series, because who doesn't want to see Mahoney and Tackleberry's antics stretched out over 26 episodes? It's like the movies, but with a lower budget and taking a rated R film into a cheesy TV show.
What are you in for? I'll show you.
Stop that! Oh, no, sir. No, not you.
That's terrific. Really. What's your name?
Jones. Larville Jones.
This show aired from 1997 to 1998 and was based on the Police Academy film franchise, and it ran for one season with a total of 26 episodes. One thing this TV show did have going for it is it did have a lot of the same actors reprise their role. We had Bubba Smith as Moses Hightower, David Graff as Eugene Tackleberry, Michael Winslow as Larvell Jones, George Gaines as Eric Lassard, among others. However, it did not have Steve Guttenberg. And as some of you may know, I'm a big Steve Guttenberg fanboy. Instead, we get Matt Berlini as Carrie Mahoney. The series received poor reviews because of its lighthearted humor and nostalgic appeal, and others criticized its reliance on slapstick comedy and lacked originality compared to the films.
Fun and games are over, greaseballs. Time to see what you're made of. Shane, you're up. Let's go!
I made it!
Then we have Harry and the Hendersons, the heartwarming tale of a family who adopts a Bigfoot, except the heartwarming part gets lost somewhere between the cheesy jokes and the questionable Bigfoot costume. At least it's taught us all a valuable lesson that sometimes it's best to leave the wild in the wild. The show follows the Henderson family as they adjusted to life with Harry, a friendly Bigfoot who they accidentally hit with their car. It explores the challenges and humorous situations that arise from having a Bigfoot living in their suburban home, while keeping his existence a secret from the outside world. Think of it as a supersized Alf. Harry and the Hendersons the movie was delightful, it was sweet, charming, and John Lithgow was amazing.
So I was hooked from that moment on. I started spending all the time I could spare searching for the beast, and I spent time I couldn't spare. That's how I lost my job and my friends.
It's so sad.
Well, I didn't tell it so you could cry in your sprouts or whatever that is, darling. I'm telling it so that your father won't make the same mistake.
Well, I appreciate what you're saying, Dr. Wrightwood, but there's a big difference between your story and mine.
The show received mixed reviews. Some praised its family-friendly humor and heartwarming moments, while others criticized its reliance on generic comedy and the unconvincing portrayal of Harry. It did have a dedicated fan base, so it did last for 3 seasons. Eventually, it faced declining ratings and was canceled. So there you have it, Hollywood's attempt to milk every last drop from a cash cow. Some good, most bad, and others just plain weird. But hey, that's the 80s and 90s for you. Take care, friends.